On the home stretch for getting the JZX ready for paint, one of the last things that I want to do is put on the under paneling under the front bar and the side skirts. So I've traced it out. This is the stuff that I use. It's an aluminium sheet, top and bottom, with plastic in the middle. So it's perfect for this sort of stuff. On the side skirts, I only have them hanging out like maybe 5mm extra. On the front bar, I did about 20-30mm maybe extra on that one. So let's chop it all up. So I filed the edges down so you can see sticking out. It's a little bit, a lot more on the front bar than the side skirts, but it's there on the side skirts. All I think I've really got to do is sand these quarter bits down. I've put so many layers of bog on this, not as in it's really thick, but just keep trying to get it perfect. So sand them down, got to chop the rear bumper and get the CVs rebuilt. I bought some boots and they definitely are not for JZX 100s. It says it was, maybe it was the NA one. But anyway, I'll send them back and get, so there's a place apparently in Devonport that can rebuild them, so I'll take them there. So essentially, I think the car's done. I just got to bolt everything back on and sand it, and it can go off to paint really soon, so that's exciting. As you can see, it's pretty minimal, but it looks really cool. And it's not really for the looks, it's for practicality. This takes the hit instead of the fiberglass, and it helps keep it together. I got these canards that I will put on as well. They'll go somewhere like that. Alright, so the under tray on the side skirts is done. I did 2 years on these. As you can see, they've copped a beating. That back one's has broken off, but they did their job. They survived. You can see, you know, it's nicked and smashed and whatever. They kept them in one piece, so perfect. Alright, so I've decided that I'm going to pull out the engine in the car and the whole drivetrain really. I've got some fans with me today. The boys. Say hello. Who wants a drift car? You want a drift car too? A red Tiger car. So, I really don't want to pull the engine out, but I got a whole bunch of stuff that will be way easier with the engine out. I will run you through that once the engine's out. I'm not going to even do a time lapse or nothing. You don't need to see it. You undo bolts and you lift it out. So let's get to it. It's out. And it was a crap job. I hate pulling engines out. I hate it with an absolute passion. It's probably just because I don't have much experience doing it. And I hate doing it by myself. I always think, what have I missed? The only thing I missed in this one was a little earth on the back of the head, but it was easy to get to once you went a bit tight. But yeah, it's out, so I'll pull the clutch off and then I'll put on the engine stand. And I don't know what I'll do after that. So overwhelming. It's so dirty in there. Like, I want to really clean all that up. But I don't know, how far do you go? But it'll be so much easier now to do the ABS delete. And like I said, I want to change the bell housing adapter. There's a few other bits and pieces I want to do while I've got the engine out. Got to change this water line. I might even change that one while I'm at it. I'm going to do the rocker cover, give the engine a good clean up, do the coil packs maybe even. So let's pull it all apart and get it on the jack stand. So the engine's out, giving it a bit of a clean up. She was pretty manky in there, so tidied that up. Just trying to get rid of all the oil. So what I'm going to do is replace these 2 lines, because as you can see, it's been leaking coolant out of, I think it's the top one, I can't remember, one of them. I'll do the rocker cover gaskets, and I'll just tidy up, like you can see how manky it is. I'll do this side, just tidy it all up, and then I will pull out everything in here that I can, and just basically scrub it all down and get this ready for some paint. Oh, and do the ABS delete. And I pulled the pin and bought a fire suppression system, so I think I'll fit that before the engine goes back in, because it will make it a lot easier to get to everything. But I won't bother filming all this. I might just film it once it's all tidied and clean, because I'm just cleaning an engine and an engine bay. So hopefully we'll be able to get the engine back in pretty soon. I am thinking, it's a bit of sacrilege, I'm thinking about cutting out this front rad so that I can put the engine in with the gearbox really easily. Everything else will unbolt and get out of the way, just this doesn't. So if I just cut it there, or even, I could do it back there actually, maybe, I don't know. I have a think about it, and then I can put it all in one go, because it's really hard getting a gearbox on this underneath, so that might be another thing. But hopefully next time this camera comes back out, this is looking mint and that's looking good as well. ABS delete time. At first I was a little bit confused. The only thing I'm not entirely sure of is there's these two lines, one on the top, one on the bottom, that go back to the big ABS unit. I'm not sure what happens to them. Alright, all that's out. Look at how much neater that corner looks. The lines are just sitting there, not in their final form. This thing is so heavy, so I'm glad to have that out. I think I might pull this back, sort of, I don't know, shield thing off, because I want to paint it anyway. I think that'll make it look even neater again. But slowly chipping away at it. I'd love to get rid of the fuse box. Well, move it. That'd be awesome if I could move the battery and fuse box, and then obviously the ABS, and maybe even the overflow, do a different one somewhere else. This engine bay would be so good. Well, this is a good comparison. I've just degreased and scrubbed that side versus the other side that hasn't been done yet. So even if I just did that, which I'm not going to, I will see it through. That is like 1,000 times better. Really need to move the loom though, so I'm going to scrub this side, and I might call that a day, and hopefully Marcus can help me move this. That would be so good. And look, is it perfect? Nowhere near, but with just a degrees and a bit of a scrub, it looks like a way better. So next job tomorrow, actually no, it won't be tomorrow, next week, will be just to sand it all, and then some sort of primer, and then paint. I'm not sure what colour. I'm thinking black is the easiest, or maybe a green or a blue. Not sure yet. Anyway, I've got to prep it all still, so, and I've got to move that loom. Well, get that loom moved. I'll see you next week. So you remember how I said I wasn't going to go too crazy in the engine bay? Well, I went crazy, and I have removed absolutely everything. Fuse box is completely out. Loom has pulled right back through. Is the loom, so that'll go up under there. Oh my goodness. I have some anxiety attached to how stripped down this car is, and the shed is just a mess. Parts there, the engine's there, all them parts have to go back in the engine.